Another heavy breathing, spicy session occurs. Hey YouTube, welcome back to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast siblings, where we review your favorite movies and TV shows. And today we are covering episodes 4 through 6 of Bridgerton Season 2. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Like this video if you like this video, comment, subscribe, and click the bell so you can be notified of our reviews of other movies and TV shows. Let's get right into it. So you guys, I realized in the last episode that I said some things that had happened in episode 3, and those things actually happened in episode 4, so sorry. Sorry if I'm looking down, I'm just trying to pull up my notes here. Whoa, I don't know what that sound was that just came out of me. I'm not gonna do it in chronological order, but anyway, listen, I got you, okay? Listen, it's gonna be fine. Edwina is feeling some type of way that Anthony and Kate are not getting along, and she thinks that's the reason that Anthony hasn't proposed to her yet. So her bright idea is to get Anthony and Kate to spend more time together, and maybe they'll like each other a little bit more. They're at like some party at the Bridgerton Manor, and they go on a hunt. Edwina suggests that Kate go with Anthony and his male friends to go shoot up some deer. Another heavy breathing, spicy session occurs, and once again they're broken apart, and they're both like, oh my gosh, there's steam between us. Because that's clearly how you react to those kinds of things, right? So, in the middle of all of this, Daphne, who is coming back and forth from her house with the Duke and her baby, she's visiting, obviously, for everything that's going on, and she is not entirely convinced that Anthony loves Edwina. You know, she wants a love match for them, and so she spends some time with Edwina during this sort of ball thing there, and she's like, maybe you don't know my brother as well as, like, it seems like you know him. Maybe you don't love him, anyway. And then Daphne catches Kate and Anthony in the library having yet another heavy breathing session that does not result in a kiss. So Anthony has a conversation with his mother about love and marriage, and basically she tells him something to the point where it's like, the feeling that you're feeling is love. And so that pretty much solidifies it for Anthony. He's like, okay, then I cannot be anywhere near Kate, and I will marry Edwina. And so he proposes to her. And of course Edwina is like, oh my gosh, yes, I love you. And Kate is like, what the heck, we were just heavy breathing a couple seconds ago. Lady Danbury tells Kate a little bit later that, yo girl, I see what's going on between you and Anthony, but I'm gonna need you to boil that down to nothing, because you gonna ruin not only your relationship with your sister, you gonna ruin the money that you're supposed to be getting. That's exactly how Lady Danbury sounded when she said that to her, and so it was pretty intense. I think I mentioned in the last episode that Colin and Miss Thompson reunite, and Miss Thompson is happily married now to some dude. I don't remember his name, obviously. She has 2 adorable pudgy babies, and she basically tells Colin, you're living a fantasy. You want some unrealistic world, and I've grown up and I've matured, and I'm with this man, and it might not be a love match, but it's a good common sense match, and he's a good father to my children. And she basically slaps Colin around and is like, you need to go hang out with Penelope because she loves you. And Colin's like, Penelope? And then Anthony admits his spicy feelings for Kate. And not gonna lie, like, I think they have fine enough chemistry, you know? I think the writing is just so quintessentially like this type of thing. He goes, you are the bane of my existence. And then the camera shifts and he goes, and the object of all my desires. So that was pretty great. I thought that was like, you know, great. Yeah, so Anthony admits that he's feeling some type of way about Kate, but he can't feel that way because that's not what he wants. He doesn't want passion and love and steaminess. He wants practicality, dependability, and boringness. And Kate just wants her sister to be happy and her family to have money. So in other news, Eloise, she notices like a little stamp at the bottom of a Lady Whistledown letter, and so she kind of tracks it down to Bloomsbury, which is like an area. And I was like, whoa, Bloomsbury Publishers, it's like an actual thing. So then I was like, oh my gosh, did they publish the books that the show is based off of? I bet you they did. I don't know this for sure, but like, I bet you they did. Anyway, so Eloise goes wandering down there, and everybody's like, yo girl, that's a sketchy area, you can't be doing that. She said, I'm a grown woman, forget y'all. So she starts hanging around there, looking around stuff. She meets Theo Sharp, I believe. They are clearly going to be some kind of love interest further down the line. They're both very smart, very witty, and like kind of snip for snapping at each other. Clear signs of love. Also, Lady Featherington, now that she knows that her family's broke, she's engaged her daughter to her husband's cousin, who is also broke, she decides that she is going to kind of pull this scheme and sell counterfeit jewelry. She has a bunch of jewelry that I guess is from Cousin Jack, and it's fake, but she is going to, you know, sell it like it's real and hopefully make a lot of money off of it. So that's her plan, to con all the wealthy people because they're still broke, and she's busted the one opportunity that they had of having money, which was Jack's engagement to the blonde girl. Then the tea gets spilled. Okay, so the Sheffields, who are Edwina's grandparents, they come to dinner. They find out that she's getting married. Oh, they love Edwina, but they pretty much hate her mother because her mother ran away with the poor man, and they pretty much hate Kate, the poor man's daughter. So they get into a big argument at the dinner table, and Edwina can only receive her dowry if she marries a super fancy rich man, and of course Bridgerton fits that bill. So then Lady Bridgerton is feeling some type of way. She's like, wait, you just set my son up. You don't even actually love him. Now, to be fair, previously, Lady B and Anthony had been having a conversation about ways out of this engagement because he doesn't love Edwina. Now, he would never take it, even though he's feeling spicy about Kate. And so this is the opportunity to leave, basically finding out that they had less than great motives. I completely lost my train of thought. Let's just skip that. Everyone knows that Kate was kind of orchestrating things so that Edwina would marry a rich gentleman so that she would get the Sheffield's money. And that pretty much pees Anthony off, and he gets up and leaves in anger and rage. However, Anthony decides to stay engaged to Edwina and pursue the marriage, and in fact speed it up after Kate pretty much begs him to stay married. And she's like, our passions will fade. They'll go away. And he's like, oh, okay. And that's pretty much what happens. So the wedding day is finally approaching. Edwina is going to marry Anthony. All of her dreams are coming true. Kate is feeling sick to her stomach. Lady Danbury's got an eye on Kate like, listen, Kate, you have to let these feelings go. You need to move on. You need to get yourself together. At some point, Kate lets Anthony know that once he and her sister are married, she will be going back to India. He feels some type of way about that, but like I said, he wants stability. He's always had to deal with the burden of being the eldest child. He and Daphne even get into an argument about that where he's like, you've had the choice to do what you want, and I've had to be the man. And she's like, oh, we pity you, brother. We just pity you. And he's like, fuck your pity, I don't care. These idiots. So, I don't know, Kate's looking at Anthony. More heavy breathing. They're at the altar. She drops a bracelet. Anthony obviously is enraptured by Kate and is not paying attention to anything else that's happening. He lunges for the bracelet. Edwina looks and sees what's happening. She sees the passion and the heavy breathing between the two of them, and she runs out of the church. She says, I can't deal with this. She realizes that Kate and Anthony have something going on, and she won't be a victim of that. So then basically the entire episode is spent with everyone figuring out what the heck to do because the wedding has been paused. Edwina, says some, I think, mean stuff to Kate. She's kind of like, my whole life has been based off of your decisions and what you want to do, and that's not fair. You're not respecting me as my own woman, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I understand that, but it wasn't, like, malicious. Her intention was to take care of you, like, you need to chill. Lady Danbury doesn't know what to do. The queen has told her, you need to fix this mess. You're the one who told me to pick a diamond, and I picked her because you told me to pick her. What the heck is going on? Fix it. Lady Danbury freaks out and is like, I actually can't fix it. Lady Featherington and Lord Featherington are now kind of using the wedding as an opportunity to pawn as many wealthy people as they can. Well, they also kind of have like a weird thing going on. He's kind of trying to slide into Lady Featherington's DMs, and it's like, aren't you guys related? But no, apparently Lady Featherington is not related to Lord Featherington by blood. He's flirking, and she's kind of feeling it. So in the midst of all the stress during the wedding day, the king bursts into the queen's chambers, and he's like, my love, are we getting married today? And she's like, get your ass back in the house. Eloise decides to tell Theo that she's feeling some type of way about him, and Theo in turn is also feeling some type of way about her, so they go and read books together and think. Isn't that adorable? What a pure relationship. Yes, so basically at the end of the 6th episode, Edwina decides that she will not be marrying Anthony because of what's going on between him and her sister. Also, I forgot to mention, Anthony tells her, he doesn't say that he doesn't love her, but he basically says that he admires her and appreciates her because they both understand duty, they both understand responsibility, and they have that in common, and they are amiable together. And she's like, that's not what I want. I don't want to be your friend. So Edwina dips. She's done. And that leaves Kate and Anthony alone at the altar. And of course, finally, they trade in the heavy breathing for an actual smooch. That's everything that happened. Now, just a couple things, okay? We all know Penelope is crawling up Colin's butt. We don't get why, but whatever. And Colin finally confronts her about it and is like, oh, hey, Miss Thompson was right. That, like, you love me and you will love me unconditionally, blah, blah, blah. And Penelope's like, yes, Colin. And the thing is, right, one, I don't get why she's tripping over him. Two, Colin is so selfish. It's all about him and his problems. It's like, bro, get over yourself. You're a super rich dude and you're the third son. You have no obligations. You went to Greece and had a good time and learned a lot. And I think Colin is annoying and a spoiled little brat. I'm like, what are you doing for Penelope, Colin? This season is notably less steamy than season 1, which is good. I can appreciate it, but I think they're kind of like building up the steam, and the romance is kind of weird. It's like a lot of heavy breathing. Do I like it? Not necessarily. Do I think it's stringing us along? Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like you get up to the edge and then you come back. You get up to the edge and then you come back. You know, it's kind of like, okay, like, are they going to smooch or not? You know, not like in a weird pervy way, just kind of like, what are we doing, you know? I think that Edwina is also being really, really mean to Kate, okay? Kate is in essence an orphan, and she's doing everything that she can to be a good daughter, and she made a mistake. She accidentally caught the feels for her sister's fiance. Like, I don't think that happens. But anyway, it wasn't intentional. Clearly, Eloise and Theo are going to be a thing. It's also going to be a problem. Penn doesn't like it. Now, at first, I thought Penn was trying to get Eloise to, like, stop looking into the, you know, the Bloomsbury thing and into the slums because she was worried about finding out that Penn was Miss Whistledown. But she's actually worried because her getting involved with Theo, that's someone who's below their station, and that's bad. She's, like, afraid of the poor people. I hope that they continue with that storyline. I think that would be pretty cool to see. Anyway, you guys, that's all I have for episodes 4 through 6 for Bridgerton season 2. As always, like this video if you liked this video, comment, subscribe, and click the bell so you can be notified of when I drop my review of the last 2 episodes of season 2 of Bridgerton. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like it? Is it better than season 1? Was season 1 only great because we were watching it in a pandemic? Also something to consider. Okay, that's all I have. Thanks, guys. Bye.